The image of the beast. The image of the beast is the end of time. The end of time, do you really believe that we're in the year of 2000 right now? It's been, I believe, 8,000 years since Homo sapiens started speaking their own, not speaking, but started understanding communication and started reading the stars. I believe it's been 8,000 years since Homo sapiens started understanding each other as a communication, in communication. The image of the beast is the end of time. The end of times began when the fall of Rome, when Christians were being crucified because they are perceiving the world around them, the world that is their environment, everything that was happening around them. They were perceiving, they were observing what's happening. But the goals, those that destroyed destroyed Rome and killed Caesar, their goals. These men are what what we have today are the Scottish Rite. They are called the Scottish Rite today, and they are the feudal system. The feudal system does not want you to know what happened between the or everything that happened 8,000 years ago. They don't want you to know what time or history, or true history. They want you to know John, take this bread, for this is my body. Take this wine, for this is my blood. Eat the body and the blood instead of the bread and the wine. They want you to know they want you to know crucifixion, like give all your problems to Christ because he is God and he deserves all the suffering. That's false. That's the whore of Babylon. What innocent man deserves to be crucified for knowing and observing what's going on around him? What innocent man deserves to get all the problems of the world because he was trying to save Christianity, because he was trying to be a true Christian, trying to tell the world that these are false governments and false leaders that are trying to take over Rome because, he's true. That's the end of time. The end of time is when Catholicism doesn't want you to know anything that is going on in your body. When Catholicism doesn't want you to know what you're eating or how your body should be medicated or how your body should be fixed. You can fix your own body if you believe that Catholicism is false, because Catholicism is the root of the epitome of darkness, not knowing how you live, not knowing how your body function, not knowing what's going on inside your head or what the night is. Catholicism doesn't want you to know anything around your body because Catholicism wants to give you betadine or neosporin. Do you know what neosporin is? Do you know what neosporin is? If you use a microscope or use anything that could tell what substance is in the what DNA is in the substance, you would know what neosporin is, you would know what betadine is, you would know what pill you're eating. If you know the smallest things right now that are entering your body through the food that you don't really know about, then there's something wrong with you. You must know. That's the end of time. The end of time is the end of observation or perception of the body or history of the three kingdoms of Assyria, Sumer, Babylon. The end of time is the root the root that would not like not the root of the root of not liking Muslim countries, because Muslim countries are caliphate, and caliphate is Ottoman, and Ottoman is Persian wars, the Persian kingdoms. And Persian kingdoms is is still thriving today, and they know what time or what happened during the end of time 2000 years ago. The Persians are battling this war for almost 1400 years now, maybe even more, because ever since Muhammad wrote the Quran, when Muhammad wrote the Quran, there has been very great trouble against the caliphate, the Persian kingdoms. What Prophet Muhammad did was he recollected all the books of the caliphate and put it in one belief, in one Muslim belief, which is the Quran. That's what he did. The end of time is the image of the beast. And the image of the beast is almost everything on the internet and everything that is going on. Almost 90% of the media is the image of the beast. The image of the beast does not want you to know what is going on really with truth, with time, and with the body. That's the image of the beast. They don't want you to know anything about your diet, what you put in your body, how your body functions. We as human beings, we should know ourselves, our how our body works. We shouldn't we wouldn't need to depend on doctors that would prescribe you would only you would what doctors do today is they would ask you questions just so they could give you a pill that you don't really know about. A pill that is made of something you don't want to know. Because honestly, it's just the mark of the beast. That's the next topic. The image of the beast, which is created that is created by the succubus and the incubus. The succubus and the incubus are people who are filled with sin, and with that kind of spirit, light that's not going to their eyes anymore. There are there are the living dead. The succubus and the incubus are people that are living dead, that are living dead because heavenly light does not go into their eyes anymore. So what they do is they would do what John would do. John from the Bible, what he would do. What he would do is he would feed you his semen, his spit, or his blood. That's their holy trinity. That's the false trinity. Is John would feed you his semen, his spit, or his blood so that your light, your innocence, the light of your innocence would be connected to his body, so that he would see what you see, he would dream or see what you dream of when you sleep at night. And that's the third problem, the thief of the night. That would be connected to the thief of the night. What John would do is he would feed you his semen, his spit, or his blood, so that he could be the mark of the beast, the thief of the night, and the whore of Babylon, for his image of him being as a great prophet or a great writer of prophecy of new world order. That's what John did. John is is Iscariot. Iscariot is a man that is idolatry of the Taurus. Idolatry of the Taurus is the is the epitome of the fall of Israel. We can go back in time if you want. All right. David, King David had a child with Barbara. Barbara is I believe Barbara is of Mesoamerican. I believe Barbara is of back then, I believe during the time of King David, Dawud, Dawud and Baharbara. Baharbara, I believe her name was Baharbara. Baharbaha. 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 I believe her name is Baharbaha, and it was Dawud. Dawud was King David. They call him Dawud because his name is Dawud, and he married a woman that is of Mesoamerican blood, which is Baharbara. Baharbara and King Dawud had twins, which made the split of Israel. Uday and Sulay, Sulayan and Udayan. That's not it's not called Israel. When King Dawood and Baharbara had a child, had twins, he what he did is split Israel into Judean and Sulayan. Sulayan, okay? Judean and Sulayan. These two kings would invent the wheel and the hourglass, the sand that would make the minute, the sand that made the minute. It is the correct measurement of the minute. Soule created the the hourglass, the minute glass, and there's a spirit in my uncle right now because he likes to eat Snickers, and Snickers are filled with false peanuts and nugget of blasphemy. Okay, Sulayan and Judean. That's Israel during the time when Baharbaha and Dawood had a baby, had a twins, not a baby, twins. And then what happened was some person that Sule adopted from merchant ships from Gaul. His name he had a nice pointy nose. He had a nose like he had a nose like Native Americans would have. They call it Hakatushi, which is the eagle nose. It's like a nose of Ganesh, or yeah, a nose of Ganesh. He had a nose. He was adopted by Sule, and Sule had a during the kingdom of Dawood and Bahadabara. Dawood was a shepherd of cows because Israel and Africa were nearby, and cows were, you know, a s- what would connect the stars to your brain. If you eat a cow, if you eat the Taurus, you would evolve, or you would evolve into having the spirit of the Taurus, which is being able to see heaven or being able to connect with stars or life in the heavens. That's what the spirit of the Taurus is. That's what Dawood and Baharbaha Baharbaha believed in. He had a he was a shepherd. He shepherded the Taurus because when it was Goliath and Dawood, Goliath was of Spanish blood. Not really Spanish because countries of today did not exist back then, but Goliath was of Spanish blood. Let's say it's the nearest um it's the nearest bloodline. Um it it would be Spain, it would be Goliath, Israel, and Baharbara, which is of Mesoamerican bloodline, of European or of Asiatic bloodline, let's say that. And then when It was a battle. It was a battle for a queen. That's what happened. They battled for the heart of the queen. That's what Bahar Baha wanted. Who had the who someone that want that what Mesoamerican people wanted was someone that could protect the queen, the Bahar Baha, someone who would protect Bahar Baha, and it was between Dawud and Goliath. Goliath. His name was Goliath, not Goliath. Goliath. Dawood and Goliath battled for Bahar Baha, and what Dawood had was not a handkerchief, or it was a slingshot. It was rubber. He had rubber from he had rubber from it's I believe it's leather. He had leather. He had a leather slingshot. I believe it was a leather slingshot because he was a shepherd and he utilizes the Taurus, the body of the Taurus perfectly, or utilize everything from the body of the Taurus. He would make leather goods, leather everything nice and and perfectly utilized for his kingdom. So he defeated Goliath, and he he gained the throne of Bahar Baha. And then back to the twins, Sule and Uday. Sule adopted a child who had a good, like a Ganeshan nose, a nose that is like of Hakatushi of Native Americans. That's what he did. But he liked eating cows because this man is from whoredom. This man, European is like fr- European is like the epitome of whoredom. I'm telling you, there's something in Europe that is a spirit that is like the epitome of whoredom. Like there's a spirit there, something like like water or like a or like something. I don't know. It's something that's making people whoredom. It's maybe it's not maybe water. Maybe it's the water. Yeah, it's most likely the water. That's the epitome of whoredom. Um, uh, bad water, not good water, not Valhallan water. The bad water, water that is like false river. All right, I have to go, but Sule adopted a child of Ganesha nose, and this man liked to eat cows. All he does was eat cows and eat cows and drink blood of cows and drink cows. Oh yeah, epitome of whoredom, cannibalism. That's what that is the epitome of whoredom is cannibalism, and he is of cannibal bloodline. This guy, he is. Let's call him Chuck. No, let's not call him Chuck. Let's call him Iscario. Iscario. Iscar. Iscar. Let's call him Iscar. He would he would he'd be the epitome of whoredom. He's a bloodline of cannibals, and he was adopted by Sule. But Iscar liked to eat so much cows and raw Tauruses that he grew Taurus behind his ears, and he turned really, really red. He's a man. He became the bull. He became Baal. He became Baath. No, his name is not Iscar. His name is Beth. His name was Beth. His name is Beth. His name is Beth, not Iscar. But Iscar is one of those people. Iscar is one of those people during the fall. Iscar was a man of Beth, and Beth was adopted by Sule, and Sule would like to invent certain things like the hourglass or the what's that called? The sand in the glass that is telling time. Sule invented that, and but then This guy, Beth, was idolizing the cows so much that would take the people of Sule and make Beth the false idol and make the idolatry of the Taurus. That would create the idolatry of the Taurus. Okay, that's enough for today. I will speak to you later on tomorrow or some other time when the succubus and incubus is not working against me.